Right, hello, and again, welcome to the Career and Local Government webinar here, 16th of June 2022 with Folkestone Hythe District Council. What are we going to cover today? Well, we're going to talk to you about how our council works, what makes F&HDC a great place to work. Then you're going to hear from people in teams, actual human beings that work at the council. We're going to hear from finance, from planning, grounds maintenance, customer services, ICT, case management and corporate services specifically, as well as the HR team. And then there'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions. But as I said before, if you've got any questions during the presentation, by all means, please ask. Oh, let me let you know who we've got. We have got Rachel and Leanne from the Finance Department. We've got Helena Payne and Andrew Mead from Planning. Dave is joining us from Grounds Maintenance. Indira is in Customer Contact Team. Shainu from ICT. Zoe in Case Management. And Richie is from our HR team. Just to let you know, at roughly 4:30 p.m., our Chief Executive, Susan Priest, will be making a very brief appearance before she goes off to the Cabinet meeting. So who are we? What do we do? Well, we are Folkestone Hythe District Council. That's us over there on the left in Kent. And here we are on the right in a little bit more detail. So as you can see, it's much bigger than just the towns of Folkestone and Hythe. It stretches all the way down to the coast and up into the countryside. We've got about 113,000 people that live in the area, and some of them might be you. So we've also got roughly over 475 people now working for the council, which is really good. And our job is to provide services to those 113,000 people in the district and those who come to work here as well as visit the area. Some of these services include housing, planning, waste collection, council tax, parks, and open spaces. Open spaces being the parks, and I've just said parks, so let's carry on. So what kind of jobs do the council have? Well, we've got plenty of jobs here. We've got rubbish collection and recycling. We've got environmental health, so looking after things like the hygiene of your local restaurant or takeaway. Got environmental protection and enforcement, stopping things that cause damage to our environment, and things like littering. Lots of regeneration work to make the area a better place to live and work and visit. It's a big thing for us, and it's really important for us to have that. Things that promote tourism and businesses coming to the area. We've got plenty of community activities. We've got a swimming pool down in Hythe. We have planning permission and building control, council houses and support for people who need housing, which is also very important to us. We collect council tax. We pay housing benefits. We've got car parks and traffic wardens, licensing to businesses and restaurants, and lots of parks and grounds that we take care of. So we've got roughly 170 different types of jobs that we have at the council. Very quickly, this is the structure of who we are. So we have a chief executive at the top, and then we've got 3 directors below them. And they all look after different areas. And these different areas are corporate services there in the blue. Everyone that's got a star next to it, those are the different departments that you'll be hearing from today. And as you can see, it's just a very small amount of the different types of departments we have in the council. You've also got place, which is green, they're there in the middle. And then you've got housing operations there on the right. Very quick rundown. Corporate services deal with all the internal stuff like legal and finance and HR. Place, this is all our customer services, our customer facing people, and they deal with communities. We've got development management, customer services, waste, all of that. And then housing and grounds, well, they deal with all of our housing stock as well as our parks and open spaces. Well, what are we doing here? We are all working towards this. This is our corporate plan. It's we've got a corporate action plan, which is for the next 3 years. And then we have 4 service ambitions that we all work towards. And the great thing about working at the council, no matter what role you have in the council, we're all working towards achieving these things. Positive community leadership, a thriving environment, a vibrant economy, and quality homes and infrastructure. If you come and join us here at the council, your job will all be building towards achieving these things. We're all pulling together to do the exact same thing, which is to look after our residents. But what makes us a great place to work? Well, officially, we are an outstanding place to work as recognized by Best Companies, which is brilliant. We are in the top 5 not-for-profit companies to work for in the entire country. And that is something we are incredibly proud of. And that happened last year. So that's brilliant. It's just indicative of the type of work that we're doing here and how we take care of our staff. So when you join us, or if you join us, we are very keen, as well as our chief exec being very keen on supporting development and your career journey throughout the council. So there's plenty of learning and development opportunities. They can be in-house, they can be external. We have access to the apprenticeships scheme as well, and you can get qualifications while working at the council. You get role-specific training, technical training, there's formal qualifications, and we also have coaching to help you identify your skills and areas that you would like to develop on. So that's a very brief whistle-stop tour of who we are, the things we do, and what it's actually like working here. But to find out a little bit more, I am now going to hand over to some of my colleagues in the different departments to tell you about what it is that they do. So first up, we have got Rachel Hedges from Finance. Hi, Rachel.
Hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. So I currently work for Case Management, Corporate Services. I've been at the council for about 7 years. And I deal predominantly with finance work. So various elements of our finance work is done through case management, but also our specialist finance team. I just wanted to touch on some of the things that we do in case management that are related to finance, and then touch on some of the kind of major projects that we kind of work on. So just to give you a bit of background, there is kind of things that you might be find relatable, which is kind of like paying an invoice. So we would check to make sure that goods are received and they're authorized correctly, making sure that suppliers' information is correct, and setting up the payment runs, which currently happen twice a week. It might be raising debtor invoices, which are income due to the council. These could be regular or just kind of like ad hoc, monthly, etc. There's also allocating income that we receive that's received into the council. So if there isn't enough information on the bank transaction, we would check certain systems and make sure it's allocated into the correct service area. My role is around budget monitoring. So I work with various budget managers across the council services, which can be really varied and really interesting. Some of the areas that I cover, for example, are homelessness, economic development, buildings, operations and grounds maintenance, and waste. So I look at collecting budget information, looking at the spend, income, and obviously that helps the budget managers calculate accurate projections for their financial year, and then obviously give them advice on other things, coding, costings, comments on reports. So it's really varied. And all this information is actually then used for various reporting that we do. Some of the other kind of main things that we get involved with would be like budget setting. So obviously we would work, when it comes to the autumn, we actually work on setting the budget for next year. So again, working with the budget managers to look at pressure areas for the new financial year. We will look at staff changes and see how this might affect the overall position. Also reviewing fees and charges for services. So for example, how much does it cost to swim at Hythe Pool? Maybe hiring a football pitch or having a garden waste bin. We also look at the final accounts process. So that's one of the things we're doing right this very minute. So we would look at the accounts for 2021-22, looking at what the spend is, putting that into the reports that we use, and ultimately that will actually get published onto our website and then audited. So we all get involved in all these different parts of the finance. We're actually really lucky because even though we're kind of working over case management and the specialist team, we actually really do work as one team, which is great. We're really supportive of each other, and and then kind of while working on these kind of what we call major projects, certainly the final accounts and budget setting, even though the process might be managed by our specialist colleagues, we would work together, we would create a timetable, have regular meetings, making sure that we, keep track of our own tasks and assist each other as we need. And as I say, working as one big team, which is obviously what we, try to promote in the council. I think that's it, Jace.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Rachel. Very varied there in the finance department. So we are now going to hear from somebody else who works with you in finance. Hi, Leanne.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to talk a bit about my experience working and training at Folkestone Hythe District Council. A few years ago now, I joined the council as a support assistant within the finance department, whilst also studying for my AAT, which is the Association of Accounting Technicians qualification. I was very grateful for this opportunity as it allowed me to earn an income whilst also gaining real work experience in all areas that you saw on the previous slide to support my studying. Not only did the council support me financially, but I was also given time off to study, and I was able to draw upon the knowledge and experience of other members of the team. Fast forward to the present day, I am now a finance specialist continuing with my studying to become a fully qualified chartered accountant. And again, the council is continuing to support me in the same way as they did before. I hope that by sharing my experience, it highlights the opportunities a career in local government can bring, whether it's in finance or another amazing team, knowing you are fully supported in reaching your full potential.
That's brilliant. Thank you so very much, Leanne. And that's definitely something that I felt since I joined the council 3 years ago, that there is plenty of support around here to actually make you achieve what it is that you'd like to do. So thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Right. So moving on. We have now got the planning team who are going to speak with us, and we have got Helena and Andrew. Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Jason. As Jason's just let you all know, my name is Helena and I'm one of 2 team leaders within the development management team. As a team leader, I look after a team made up of planners, senior planners and principal planners. And I seek to guide officers towards making the right decisions for the benefit of all within the district. In addition to this, I lead on large-scale strategic projects for the district, which involve liaising directly with developers and landowners, and it also involves a lot of politically sensitive discussions with members. Negotiation skills and organisation skills, motivation, managing large workloads are key to the success in this role. With an undergraduate degree in geography and a master's degree in town planning, I worked my way up from a technical planner at the start of my career, and that was with a different local authority. And then I became a planner and a senior planner and a principal, and I've gained the experience I need by dealing with a large range of and complex mix of different cases before now becoming the team leader that I am. And you've got to be energetic and creative, that's for sure.
Hi everyone, so my name's Andrew and I'm currently working as a graduate planner. I started my career here in January last year, and prior to this I completed a geography undergraduate degree, finishing in summer of 2020, and then in a couple of months' time I'll be starting a master's course at UCL in town planning. And this will be supported by Folkestone Hythe, and this involves basically spending 4 days in my current role and then 1 day a week out in London, studying and working towards becoming a chartered town planner. So in my current role as a graduate planner, I manage a real kind of diverse portfolio of different planning applications, primarily kind of comprising of household applications, but also some often kind of more complex and larger applications. For example, I'm currently working on a horse menage and an illuminated light projection.
Well, now we've said a little bit about who we are, it might be useful to explain what development management is and its role within the council. So our mission is to create a world-class quality environment that will stand the test of time, whether relating to a householder extension or one of our exciting, more ambitious projects that we have in the pipeline, which is such as the Garden Town in Otterpool, and also regeneration plans for the town centre, harbour and the seafront. So planning, from my perspective, is the catalyst to making development happen. And policy is key. It's where it all starts. We make decisions for the benefit of the district to create a place, a sense of identity and an environment that we can all enjoy. We are one piece of a very important jigsaw in that regard. And development management involves the process of deciding whether to grant or refuse planning permission for development and other related consents, as well as enforcing against breaches of planning control. We are the enablers of well-designed homes and places of work and important infrastructure such as new transport facilities and schools. That's why I love my job. I love making a difference, and the range of developments, cases and people I meet and manage all make working for local government as team leader in development management a brilliant career choice for me. It's never stagnant. It's busy, work pressure is often high, but I love my job, which helps.
So for me, although this may sound really cliche, the reason I love working here is that each day is different. Even working on small scale kind of household applications, each different application kind of presents us with different challenges and unique opportunities and a range of different scenarios, which may require further research into new legislation we've never dealt with before, or an investigation into kind of a complex planning history to the site. So I feel as I'm always kind of learning new things and expanding my planning knowledge. One of the other things as well is that I love to see kind of how I can make a positive impact in the area. Ever since working here, I've been able to kind of see how building works have evolved over time, and it kind of makes me feel as if I'm making a real tangible difference to our local area.
Well, now we've said a little bit about our job and why we love it so much, it might also be useful to say a bit about what makes Folkestone Hythe District Council a great place to work. And it is. Our district is dynamic and an innovative place to work, visit and see. And we are based at the heart of Folkestone with easy access to transport links and shops, entertainment facilities, the seafront, but also the flexible working environment, rewards schemes and access to local government pension schemes are brilliant. They enable a real work-life balance, which is absolutely fundamental. And I'm currently based at home 3 days a week, which works for me and my family life.
And for me, it's probably working in a small team environment. I feel we kind of know each other really well and got to know each other really quickly as well. And I always feel we have the opportunity to discuss kind of planning applications together, especially those that are more complex or contentious applications.
We are a great team, but we're a busy department. Planning is challenging. It's a job where very often you're unable to always please everyone. Decisions are often difficult, but it's incredibly rewarding. You can really make a difference. As development progresses within the district, there comes with it a real sense of achievement. You were part of that change, and that's fantastic. It is fantastic. Planning involves keeping up with a lot of changing legislation now. Policy and politics also plays a part. It requires a considerable amount of negotiation, a balance of opinions. It's brilliant. Thank you, Jason.
Well, thank you very much, Development Management. Thanks, Helena, and thank you, Andrew. So we are now moving on to grounds maintenance. Hi there, Dave.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. Very well.
Lovely.
So my name is Dave Sefton. I'm the tree officer and grounds maintenance manager for Folkestone and Hythe District Council, and I'm responsible for managing all of the council's green open spaces, all of the trees, public open spaces, cemeteries, roadside verges, and council-owned housing schemes, so your council estates and all of that sort of stuff. The team that I work with are responsible for managing and undertaking grounds maintenance operations within all of those parks and gardens and cemeteries and verges and so on, for ourselves predominantly, but also for our external partners who are predominantly KCC highways, who we maintain the majority of the roadside verges for. The job is very, very varied. It's hugely interesting, and we're not office bound, which is great, especially on days like this. We can get out and about and enjoy it for what it is, which is nice. And no 2 days are rarely ever the same. We're constantly throwing new challenges that we have to work together to overcome. And it can be difficult at times managing the public's perception of what we do and why we do it. As many of you are aware, the environment at large is very much high on everybody's agenda, and we get involved in grass cutting, tree felling, tree pruning, all of that sort of stuff, and we're constantly justifying why we do that to people. They either want us to do it or they don't want us to do it, and we're kind of stuck in the middle, and we have to strike that balance and explain constantly why we do what we do. And it's all done to enhance the appearance of the district, to meet the the targets that you introduced at the beginning of the slides, Jason. Just improving our environment. Again, it's a fantastic team that I work with. The flexibility of the role is fantastic. We have a mix of home working, office working. It's a real hybrid mixture. The guys on the ground, unfortunately, don't have the benefit of home working as the sort of managers do, but they're out on site all day, every day, and their role is very varied. They're not just stuck in one place. They move around the sites, generally within sort of fixed geographical locations, but we do have other teams like our tree maintenance team that cover the entire district. So one day they could be in Hawkinge, another day Folkestone, and by the end of the week they could be down on Bromley Marsh somewhere doing work in one of our parks. We boast 4 green flag award-winning parks within Folkestone and Hythe. So we've got the Royal Military Canal, we've got the Lower Lees Coastal Park, Radnor Park, and our latest addition to that is Kingsnorth Gardens in Folkestone. And the Green Flag Award is a nationally awarded status which represents the highest standards of public green open space management, not only in the UK but across the world as well. So we're very proud to have those within the district, and the team works very hard to achieve that. So yeah, it's hats off to them and all their hard work as well. So yeah, we as I say, our work is very varied, and yeah, it's great. It's a good industry to get involved with if you're that way inclined. If you want a bit of the outdoors life and you enjoy being active and physical, then a career in grounds maintenance or tree work would be sort of a good way to go. And you can work your way up again from just start at the bottom as a as a gardener or tree surgeon, and then just, as I say, work your way up, work hard, study qualifications, and you can work your way up through the management structure, as I have done. So yeah, it's a real positive place to work and to be, and a real positive industry to be part of as well.
Excellent, Dave. Thank you so very much. And yes, I mean, kudos and hats off to our grounds maintenance team, because they are the front line a lot of the time, and you can physically see the good stuff that the council are doing by going around the district and looking at those parks, especially the green flag ones. So a lot of work there to be proud of. And Dave, I see we've got tree and grounds maintenance manager on there, but can you just please tell us what your actual title is?
I'm the lead arboricultural specialist for the council.
Arboricultural, and you and I know what that means, but can you tell our wonderful audience what arboricultural means?
It relates solely to trees and the care of trees.
Good stuff. Excellent. Thank you, Dave.
That's what my professional qualifications like.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. And there's lots of technical training available to people who join the council as well in the grounds maintenance team. So like we said about support and development earlier on, that's something that we really try to harness and look after. I can see that our Chief Executive, Susan Priest, has joined us. So I interrupt the rest of this transmission and presentation to welcome our Chief Executive to this for a few minutes just to say hello and talk about her role. Hello, Susan.
Hello, hi. Thanks very much, Jason, for that wonderful intro. Afternoon, colleagues, and welcome to those viewing this podcast facility, webcast, whatever we're calling it today. So thank you very much. I'm sorry I've only just been able to join you, and I will have to shoot off. So as Jason said, I'm Susan Priest. I am the Chief Executive of the Folkestone Hythe District Council, and I'm hugely proud and privileged to hold that position. So what do I do? And Jason just said to me earlier, it'd be useful just to just explain a little bit about the council and what we do. And so I am the most senior employed officer of the council, and I have to say, this council is an absolute joy and a delight to lead, and I do so with a hugely able management team, and the organisation at the moment is around 450 people, and all those individuals have a massive contribution to make in creating a beautiful district and supporting the residents and visitors to the district. So my own role is very varied from day to day, and I suppose I would probably try and address the question of why am I working here, and why do I enjoy working in the public sector, as I in fact would like to encourage all of you to consider this as a career opportunity. Well, we have an absolutely fabulous team made up of specialists, some of whom you've heard from, and some will come no doubt after me, to tell you about their careers, how they joined the council, and the opportunities that are here. So we have a great, very, very supportive team, and that is really important because we all spend so much, don't we, of our time and effort at work, and so enjoying your work, I think, is really important. We have a huge variety of activities, from planning through to waste collection, through to enforcement or licensing, community safety, housing, leisure. Oh my goodness, I could carry on and carry on for many more minutes than I know Jason's given me, so I won't. All I would just say is, we have accountants, we have lawyers, we have general practitioners, that not GPs, but general administrative assistants that support us in so many ways. So I would just encourage you to keep an open mind about joining the local authority, about joining the public sector, because one of the things that I will say, having spent a number of years in this sector, is it is really very, very rewarding. Not only do you have an interesting job, but you actually can feel as though you're making a real difference, whether it's to someone's place where they live, or place where they work, or place where they visit. And we also try and make a very distinctive impact on people's health and well-being, and their ability to live safely and securely and fairly in the district. So there's a real reward that comes from working in the public sector, and one that personally I would certainly recommend people consider as a career option, an active career option. There are also lots of training opportunities, and I think I heard Dave just say as I joined you about that. The organisation that I run places training and development of its staff really is one of the core values in our people strategy, and how we select and develop members of staff that we've got. And that might be through progression through particular career paths, but also we do have opportunities where people might join the council in one of our more general roles, but then they choose to specialise after a year or so and follow a particular route. And we've also made that very clearly an opportunity, because that way I certainly believe that we make the most of our human resource, which is absolutely critical to all the things that we want to try and achieve in our corporate plan. So I think I would probably draw it to a close there, Jason, to say those of you listening to the tape, whether you're a school leaver, college leaver, university, whether you're thinking about a career change at a different point in your life, think about returning to work, you know, we do have a wide variety of opportunities, and I would just encourage you to reach out, to speak to people that you've met perhaps on this webcast, or to other points of contact that are available on the website. I look forward to hearing that we've got some motivated and encouraged people to come and work in the public sector, particularly from my organisation. But hopefully, Jason, that gives you a bit of a flavour from my perspective. Thank you.
Absolutely does. Thank you so very much, Susan. And thanks for taking the time out just before Cabinet as well. We really appreciate it. Goodbye. You're on mute, but we could see the go back on mute.
I'm trying to turn it off after all this time. You'd think I'd know how to do that.
Yeah.
I will just say goodbye to everyone and wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Susan. Brilliant. So real whistle-stop tour of everybody who works in the council. And we're only hearing from a few different departments today as well. So thanks very much there, Dave. Right, we are now moving on to our customer contact team. And hello, Indira.
Hello everyone. Hi. Let's introduce myself first of all. I've worked for the council for 19 years, believe it or not. I started off for 4 years as a customer services officer, and then 15 years as a customer services team leader. What does customer services do within the council? Well, we're known for being the eyes and the ears of the council. My team are primarily the first point of contact for the council services across all channels. And that could be by phone, by email, by web chat, and even seeing customers at our customer access point, known as the CAP. We deal with a range of inquiries from residents, visitors, businesses and councillors, and these inquiries can range from missed to damaged waste bins, fly tipping, lost and found dogs, parking fines, taxi licensing, littering, even to the more sensitive subjects to deal with housing benefit, council tax and homelessness. My role is very varied, from managing and developing the customer services team, ensuring officers are adhering to policies and procedures. It's also to monitor the day-to-day running of the contact centre, as well as ensuring the team remains motivated and working to their full potential. It is also to provide coaching, training, mentoring, and to promote a culture of continuous improvement and excellence within the team. There's lots to love about the role as a team leader. For me personally, I love managing and working with my team alongside the other 2 team leaders that help manage the contact centre. Again, my favourite is the coaching and mentoring of staff and seeing them progress to other departments within the council. So we've seen, you know, people that have started in customer services, been with us for 1 year to 2 years, and then actually go and progress further on within the organisation. So that's really great to see. For me personally, it's about the constant learning, learning new IT skills and developing within my role to be able to motivate others. The perks for working for the council, well, I say the pay is great. Being able to work from home and the office, and it's a great place to learn and develop, which you've heard from others, and actually have a career. But also the people are great to work with, from my amazing team and my managers, as well as working alongside other teams within the organisation who are also passionate about what they do. We're all working towards the same goal, ensuring that we're serving our residents and making the district a great place to work and live. For me, no 2 days are the same, and you have to be prepared for the unexpected. Keeping my team happy and motivated and informed of constant changes, as well as meeting performance targets for my managers. But with the assistance of my team leaders and the team, and of course loads of sweets and biscuits and a bit of banter and laughter thrown in, we're able to support one another and share those tasks, and it's a great effort to get the job done. As a team and the organisation, we're really proud of achieving and retaining the Customer Service Excellence accreditation. This is where we're assessed by an independent assessor on our service delivery for both internal and external customers. To ensure we're delivering our services, we are putting the customer at the core of what we do. This started back in 2013 within customer services, and then involved all services within the organisation. We really are extremely proud of this achievement and maintaining the award and meeting each of the 57 criteria of the assessment. A lot of work goes into this, where we have to submit evidence, case studies, policies or documentation of working procedures for each criteria, and then a 3-day visit by an assessor to conduct interviews with key staff and customers. We have over the years done really well, and really pleased because we've actually achieved 17 compliance pluses. This is where case studies, evidence we have provided are demonstrated, where we've gone over and above of what the customer would normally expect. It's a great recognition for everyone's commitment and delivering and great customer service, and it makes me feel really proud for working for F&HDC, and I just love my job. Thank you, Jason.
Brilliant, Indira. Thank you so much. It's just great to hear how different everybody's roles are and how adaptive people need to be. And that's really refreshing. And it's great that everyone gets the support for that as well. And the one of the things that you said in there as well that really stands out for me is biscuits and banter.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely. Loads in the contact
what
centre.
more could you have? I think
exactly.
they need to, some of the meetings need to be called biscuits and banter.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Indira.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we have got Shinu talking to us about ICT. Hi, Shinu.
Hi, Jason. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining this webinar today. We are ICT and digital services in DC Council. We two sessions, actually two departments inside IT department. One is ICT, where we do the normal user support, like user in the sense the council, people, council users, council staff inside within the council. We are in-house support people. So we have user support there, infrastructure support, network and cyber security, which is obviously cyber security, as you may know, is very vital these days. So we are doing that, and going to on the other side, we have digital services, which is the digital services consist of our services, which is like the support to the people in this district, like they can access via any online services. So that's actually comes under digital services, where we use a staff hub, a Salesforce, a staff hub, where people through a staff hub people can create their account and all. So this all supported from our digital services and GIS, which is mapping the street names and mappings. That's GIS consist. So I am working in the council as a first line support. Which is actually my role is the first point of contact. So any call coming from our users within the council, we attend that call, and we have that comes under ICT side of the department, and we have first line, second line, and third line support. The third line comes under infrastructure support, which is they do the network side, cyber security, mail filtering. So that's they're doing a big challenging job under third line infrastructure support. So I'm working since last 2 years in this in here in Folkestone Council, and I really enjoy the role because it's a challenging job. As you may know, IT is always changing day by day, and supporting according to the new changes is always challenging. But it's very interesting, and we have our role actually. We have nearly 20 people working all together in IT, and it's good. One way it's good that we have an in-house an IT department, which is very helpful to work with people inside other department, working with other department, helping them and helping them on their problems. So it is very interesting, challenging, but as a team, we are doing well at the moment, and we have new projects coming in. We are always trying to up to date with the changes happening. Now we are on Teams. We changed the Teams, Microsoft Teams, I mean. And now we are in the time of migration to Microsoft Office 365. So it is very nice to work with work in IT department. Always I found very relaxing at the same time, because of the support from the team members, other team members is great. Being a first line support, I found lots of opportunities to develop my career here, because the training I had so far these last 2 years really helped me, and I'm thinking to move my career up in the ladder to the second line and third line. So there's all opportunities I have at the moment, and it is a good team to work. And of course, we are supporting nearly 500 users actually directly and indirectly, and so my job is, or first line is, we are looking to prioritize the calls and giving the calls to the right time, so that the user can get the right solution or right support on the time. So it's a challenging job, but as others mentioned, it's a good place to work. I agree with everyone's other people in this panel. Their comments about how good is a council to work, and yeah, that's all about me. Jason, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Shainu. And always very helpful and very supportive Shainu has been whenever I've had issues. So I would now like to hand over to Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very warm, sunny afternoon. My name is Zoe Law, and I am currently the lead officer for Case Management Corporate Services. I started my career within local government some 35 years ago, and how time flies when you're having fun. I've had a range of career opportunities in that time, mainly within HR, social services backgrounds, and education background, and most recently within case management. My team cover a variety of service areas, one of which Rachel has already excellently given you the details of finance. But we also cover corporate debt recovery, housing income, information governance, business rates, organisational development, IT, HR, revenues, and procurement, and quite recently overseeing the print and post room. So case management model encourages a flexible pool of staff, enabling the authority to work smarter and more efficiently to meet the demands of the customers. So having those transferable skills within case management enables the staff to work across multiple service areas, which is a real strength, and one that which the authority really values. This all enables us to build resilience within case management, ensuring that we have the capacity to provide services even when key staff are absent. So what I specifically do is to lead and manage a case management function that has a focus on providing an excellent service to customers that meets their complex and varied needs. So with the help of the team leaders, we identify opportunities for multi-skilling across the teams, and to support the team leaders to effectively manage performance standards and workflows within their service areas. So what I find interesting about my role is the variation of my role. So this enables me to develop my skills and increase my awareness of the services that the authority provides. I also very much enjoy the coaching and mentoring aspect of my role with the team leaders, and recently became a qualified coach, which Folkestone Hythe supported. This enables me to work closely with the team leaders, which I'm able to then build good working relationships with them, whilst ensuring a consistent and corporate approach is embedded within case management. So why I think Folkestone Hythe is a great place to work: one, the people, the staff, and the motivation that we all give each other when times are hard, but also we share those good values as well. Folkestone Hythe provide excellent opportunities for you to develop. There is an extensive learning and development programme which enables you to enhance your skills, which are transferable in all aspects of the authority. Cross-working with many teams broadens your knowledge and understanding of the services provided within the authority, which also provides you a great opportunity to develop your career. Folkestone Hythe promotes excellent work-life balance culture. This enables you to develop your career whilst you have the satisfaction of doing a really good job, but with the ability to spend quality time with family and friends, which is really important. One of my biggest challenges at work is being pulled in many directions, because I cover many areas. That happens quite often. But I manage that challenge by sharing knowledge and skills with the team leaders so that they are able to support me and each other, which in turn, this also increases resilience within the areas. So one of the major things that I'm proud of my team is that I'm proud of them all, but their passion to ensure that the service was as much as normal as possible throughout the pandemic, whilst going through their own personal journeys, is a real credit to them all. And I'm very much looking forward to further embedding the case management model throughout the team and providing increased resilience and opportunities for staff to develop. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so very much, Zoe. Really good to hear about that. And also the various departments that you come into contact with. And again, hearing this message about looking after people, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts, and sharing knowledge across the council. It's a really great thing to hear. Thank you very much. And finally, we have Richie. Hi there, Richie.
Hello, Jason. Thanks for coming to me. I will try and keep this short, because I'm conscious of the fact that we're going to want to have some time for questions towards the end, and I'm also conscious of the fact that we have spent the last 50-odd minutes with people talking about what a great place this is to work and what they like about working here, which was a lot of things that I was going to cover as well. So it's great that everybody's said all of those things, and I'll just try and tie it together in at the end succinctly if I can do. First of all, welcome everybody. My name's Richie. I'm the HR Senior Specialist here, and I work in Human Resources, or HR as it's sometimes known. So what is that all about? Well, effectively, it's all about people, and that's really, really important, because it's the people, it's our people that are responsible for dealing or delivering all of those quality services that we deliver to our community. It's all about our people. And I'm going to go and zigzag through this honeycomb here to say what it's all about very briefly. It's all about human resources. We're all about recruiting the right people into this organisation, and that involves planning when and where we're going to need staff, what skills we're going to need, and then attracting people with the right competencies. And by that, I mean the right qualifications, the right knowledge, the right skills and abilities that we need to ensure that we are recruiting and we're selecting the best people for that job and for the council overall. And while I think we've heard from a range of people today, and hopefully one of the takeaways from today is the wide-ranging jobs that we have here. And while we do have a lot of jobs that require particular qualifications and particular experiences, there are a number of values and competencies, you know, the things that people have inside of them, that we demand from all our staff and what we look for in our new recruits. And I've been trying over the past 45 minutes to shuffle myself around so I can get this wheel in the background, because that explains it all. But if you are interested, it is on our website. But in summary, what do we, you know, this wheel encompasses what we're looking for in our people and what it takes to work here. And the answer to that is teamwork. It's communication skills. We've heard from people who've talked a lot about customer focus. We want our staff to take initiative and take responsibility for things. Of course, you've got to have great organizational skills, but more importantly, something that's come across today is we're focused on people who want to constantly improve and want to constantly learn. And of course, yeah, every organization is looking for people that are hard workers and for people that are high performers. But we really want people as well that have that attitude, that's a can-do attitude, that we call it here positive mindset. And for people who are really passionate about making a difference here and in the community, because that's what it's all about. And we have a great benefits package as well that helps us attract and retain the great talent that we've had here. And I think we've heard a lot from staff today about what makes this a great place to work. And people have mentioned things around, you know, flexible and agile working for them, and other such initiatives like access to the local government pension scheme, which is still a good pension scheme. We've got things going on like lease cars. We've got things going on like bike purchase schemes. We've got lots of corporate benefits, lots of corporate reward and recognition schemes in place, and that all helps us make this a great place to work, and it supports engagement as well. And in that blue honeycomb, as I mentioned, engagement, there's also health and well-being, and that's a really, really, really big focus of ours. And we do lots of activities that support social interaction. So while we're all doing lots and lots of different jobs, we've heard from people today who work out in the community, and the people who work in office-based jobs and all doing lots of different things. It's really important we keep that social interaction so we do feel like one big council team that's all pulling in the same direction. And then finally, two things I haven't touched along in those honeycombs, I think: performance and training, yellow and the blue ones. So the knowledge, we're constantly on that, and I think that's come across in everybody's pitches today, that, you know, development is really important. The knowledge of our people and the skills of our people, it's really important that they stay top notch. And the people that join us, that come to us, everyone comes to us from a range of backgrounds. We have work experience placements, for example. So you may be interested to come in for 2 weeks or work experience or something like that. We also run apprenticeship schemes so people can study for a professional qualification whilst they're also working and earning a wage as well, which is great. And of course, we have people who join us out of university or who've worked in other fields and already have qualifications and already have experiences. But in all cases, we're focused on supporting everyone's career development. So we deliver extensive training programs to help build people's skill sets and support people really achieve what they would like to do in the future as well. And I think we've heard a lot from individuals today talking about that and talking about what they would like to do and how they would like to drive their careers. And as an organisation, we're very, very encouraging and supportive of that. And then to summarise, all of that, Jason, comes together to create that culture in the middle, a culture of a great place to work.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Richie. Closing it out very nicely there for us. So, folks, you've had a brief taste about what it is like to work at our council, Folkestone Hythe District Council, what makes it a great place to work, the different opportunities available to you. And these are just a few of the teams that you have heard from today, and there's plenty more out there as well. So for those who have joined us today, do you have any questions?